It's the Get Up Crew. Ramiro, Pebbles, Melissa, Leroy, High 969. Olympics kicking off tonight. One of the new sports this year. Breakdancing. Breaking, they're calling it. And in studio right now, we have an Olympic break dancer, El Nino. Alex Diaz, everybody. Alex
Good
Diaz. There it is.
Welcome. Good morning. Get Up Crew.
This is so exciting.
This is,
It is, yeah.
How do you have to do qualifying and all that stuff for the Olympics for this?
Yeah. So it was all brand new. I mean, everything kind of started. I mean, it was announced during COVID in 2020, and then we had like 2 years to figure it out, organize, get qualifying events together, collaborate and make a NGB, which is a national governing body, which they then, send or put the team together, help put the team together and do the qualifiers. And it was a lot of work put into it this past 4 years.
How's the community feeling about it? Because this is a big deal.
Oh, we love it. I mean, in the beginning, obviously, we were like, oh, we don't want it to be corny. We don't want it to be watered down. So our main mission was to make sure that it looks exactly how the sport or the dance, the art form looks now, just on an Olympic stage.
And what were you guys scored on in the qualifying event?
So same as the qualifying event is going to be the same
For the Olympics?
for the Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Just so we know what to look for. Like we
so
would know.
you're scored on technique,
'Kay.
execution,
Yep.
musicality. There's different things. So musicality is like how well you're dancing to the music.
Okay.
Technique is your form, how well your feet and toes are. Execution is how are you executing? Are your toes scraping on the ground while you're dancing, or are your legs completely in the air? Right? Are you doing that flare perfectly or that air flare perfectly? So let's say you're spinning on your head really fast. Do you stop on the freeze on a dime, or do you fall on your back? Right. So you're scored on a lot of things like that. Like, I want to pull it up to make sure that I get it right.
Did you agree necessarily on your scoring at the qualifying event? Because I'm sure, like, a lot of that stuff's subjective.
I have it right here. So it's technique, vocabulary, originality, execution, and musicality.
Okay.
So those are the 5 things.
What's vocabulary?
So vocabulary is how well are you putting your round together? Meaning, are you doing top rock, footwork, power moves, freezes? And some of them intertwine. So are you original? Are you stealing moves, right? That's a element of hip hop, like biting, right? No biting. So the judges are looking for a lot of things at once. And our rounds are really quick. They're usually 45 seconds to a minute long. So the judges are sitting there and they're taking in all this information,
Yeah. But you don't know what songs you're going to get, right?
No, we don't know.
I didn't know
Which
that.
a lot of people don't know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
That's tough.
So we're completely up to the whim of what the DJ gives us. And when he plays the music,
Get out.
you literally
Wow.
you got to just perform your best.
Leroy, go ahead. You have a question. I see so much corruption right now.
I know.
I'm gonna tell you
We're
what it is.
calling
I'm
foul
gonna tell you
already.
where my corruption is. But go ahead, Leroy.
So
Leroy, why are you so low in your chair?
Because I had to switch chairs. First off, who is this to?
I have my son here with me
That's
today,
what's
Jordan.
up.
Yeah.
I love
He
it.
loves
the
you
future
guys. We
generation.
listen-
That's
Sir,
what's up,
thank
man.
you.
So I gave him my chair. And I'm sitting in the lower chair. But 2 questions. Since the announcement was made that breaking was going to into the Olympics, have you noticed a growth in the breaking community?
Oh, we have, yeah. I mean, there's dance studios all around the world that are like getting more and more students now, and like I have a dance studio too, so I have like 15 kids that I teach.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
obviously we suspect that after the Olympics, there's gonna be a big surge.
Good.
Of like people coming in wanting to learn.
That's what's up. And then my second question, preparation, getting ready. What does that look like on a daily basis for someone like yourself?
Oh man, I mean, it was a lot, because for us, we're like hip hop heads, so we had to learn like how to eat right, how to sleep right. Recovery was a huge one that I learned a lot about. But it was really cool making Team USA because you get a lot of support. So we have like doctors, we have like nutritionists, and mental health coaches, and which is something that we weren't used to. Like we just vibe and break and dance, and we love to dance, and But now it being on like an athletic platform like that, there's a whole lot that we need to learn. Yeah.
And Nino is in here. Alex Diaz, an Olympic athlete this year for the Olympics in breakdancing. Do you have to wear one more question? Then we're gonna play a song. Then I'm gonna come back and tell you why they're setting it up for France to win. But anyway, do you have to wear do you have a Team USA uniform or you can just rock whatever?
We do. We got a bunch of gear, but like for the opening ceremony and stuff, you have to wear like the Nike outfit.
I see.
Of course.
But we can wear I think during interviews you can wear anything on your head, but you have to be on like the Nike outfit.
All right.
Nike kind of sponsors the Olympics.
And when we come back to, I want to ask you, you have a move that you created yourself, correct?
Yeah, I have a bunch of moves.
Oh my
that I
God.
created.
Well, there's one specific one that I want to ask you about that I feel like if someone does it incorrectly, they can die.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
which is another reason why it brings me to why it's corrupt and why France is going to win the first ever Paris Olympics. I'll tell you why next. Hang on, it's the Get Up Crew, Hot 969. An Olympic athlete live in studio right now. It's the Get Up Crew. Ramiro, Pebbles, Melissa, and Leroy, and Alex Diaz, known as El Nino. El Nino, who's going to be competing in Paris.
Team USA.
Team USA. We were just talking about all the rules and the regulations and stuff like that. Melissa, ask your question because I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, Alex, that your team is going to lose this year. Maybe, or you're definitely not going to get the gold medal.
We don't need that negativity.
Right? No, it's not negativity. It's corruption. I'll tell you why.
Well, hold that thought. So, Alex, I see that you have come up with a move that's all your own. You said there's several, but there's one I'm very concerned about. It's called the cannonball head spin. And I feel like if you do that incorrectly, you could literally snap your neck. Oh. Is that true?
You could. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you going to teach Ramiro how to do that? I'm just kidding. We are going to do a video.
Attacked right now.
Right?
I think the morning needs Ramiro.
Yes.
Can I just?
so, too.
Okay, no, but going with that.
Yes.
Just like in gymnastics, right? And I always ask Melissa the question, and she'll explain it to me, and I'm like, all right, cool, but I still completely disagree with it. Simone Biles, there's a move. I don't even know what Melissa.
The Biles.
There's
a couple.
It's named
but the
after
Biles,
her.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a move that she can do that no other Olympian can do. So you would think if she drops that bad boy during her routine, that they'd be like, game over. If nobody can match this, she should win the gold medal. No, instead they're like, no, you shouldn't be allowed to do that because nobody else could do that, which is to me ludicrous. Now, so going with your cannonball head spin. You do your routine, right? You nail everything in your routine. You're doing good. It's pretty much equal to everybody else's stuff.
Yeah.
You hit that at the end. Something that nobody else can do. That should be an automatic, only he can do this until someone else can do it or do something better. You should be the gold medal winner.
Right.
Why?
I think in gymnastics, yes, because I feel like you're taking it to another level, like you're upping the notch a little bit. But in breaking, we just call that originality. Like that's kind of what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to push the envelope. Doesn't mean you're gonna win. Just you have to touch all those categories, So you have to be original. You have to have musicality. You have to push the envelope. You gotta do everything, which is like power moves, footwork, freezes. You have to touch all those bases. You know?
And you don't want anyone doing, because like you said, biting's part of,
exactly. Yeah, you don't want to bite. So actually you lose points,
Oh,
and we have like the judges have buttons as well. So we have like what's called burns.
Yeah.
Which is like, let's say you might fake stab a guy. That's called or pull out a fake gun and shoot him to the beat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
In the Olympics, we can't do any of that because it's filmed, and so they took that one part of away. But or you could do it, but you actually lose points if you do it.
Okay.
And then if you
Is
do
it considered like
times,
poor sportsmanship or something?
Yeah, exactly. And if you do it 3 times in a battle, you actually could be disqualified. So the dancers are they're very wary of that.
I see.
All right, so I've watched a lot of breakdancing movies, especially old school ones back in the day.
Right,
Jesus,
Beach
Leroy, we're talking about from like 1982. You can't. That's so different.
All right.
Electric
That's like saying I saw Babe Ruth play
Turbo
baseball.
Ozone.
He had a lot of home runs and he smoked cigarettes and ate hot dogs all day. Why don't we
with you,
incorporate
Leroy.
that?
Watch this. I'll be honest. Are there intense rivalries between
Yeah.
the groups? Could something pop off?
And when you go to fight, do you just hit music and dance instead of punching each other?
I think I mean we've come a long way. Like I think in the 80s definitely, in the 90s definitely, and in fights occasionally. Last year a fight broke out at one of the events. not at any of the Olympic events. For the most part, we're really cool now. The culture has grown up a lot, and so part of our thing is like no touching. You can't hit somebody. Once you hit somebody or you smack somebody or whatever, you're disqualified from a competition. And then you have to show love after the battle's over. So intense rivalry while the battle's going on, and then after you gotta shake hands. Good sportsmanship. It's just something that we've learned to grow. The scene has grown a lot since then. But
Yo, there
I've
he
heard
is.
stories.
Let's get that punk.
I've heard stories.
What you got?
TKO.
Okay. No, so okay, this is what.
Definitely my uncle's era, the 80s.
Yeah.
It was like you would go
cool.
to neighborhoods. You go to neighborhoods just to battle the other
dope.
guy.
Electro rock.
You wouldn't do the fake stabbing. You'd really stab him during the dance. So I don't like the judging portion of it because there's a lot of. It just leaves a lot there where they can score against
Subjective.
you. Very subjective. Second, as cool as the DJ picking the music is, who's the DJ? How do we know that France isn't in his pocket? And he's like, yo, give France the best songs and, hit the Americans with, something that, I don't know, maybe like dance to this.
You're so stupid.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of room for corruption, especially for the first one. Don't be surprised if does France have good dancers?
They do. So the best countries, I think, is America has great dancers too. I actually think we're gonna place on the podium. I actually think we have a good chance of getting gold. Actually, so both on the men's and women's side. But France is good. America's good. Japan is really good.
Yeah.
So what I think is gonna happen, I think we're gonna have an American, a French, and a Japanese on the podium.
Okay.
I think we'll have all three. But definitely I see America placing. For sure.
Nice.
Do you know how much money you make if you get a gold medal? Because I think America is one of the poorest paying countries for the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I know for some of the Olympic events, like I just did the Olympic qualifier in Budapest, the Olympic qualifier series. And for that, the winner got like 14 grand, something like that.
Wow.
That is so
I
random.
think second place was 7,500.
You can't give an extra grand to make it like.
I know.
which is decent. I mean, a lot of it's kind of like normal. You would think it'd be more, right?
Yeah.
But like I've won events. I won events in China a couple times for like 20 grand, 25 grand.
Nice.
So it's more than it's more than what the Olympics is. But if you win the gold medal, I'm not sure. I want to say at least 20 to 50 range.
But then you get that sponsorship money too, baby. That's what we're talking about right
That's
there.
where the money's at.
That's what we're talking about right there. Rocking that Red Bull shirts and the shorts.
Your son is here.
Yeah.
Any interest in dancing? Is
You want to speak into that mic? Yeah. Yeah, so my son does know all the basics. So, yeah.
Do you like it?
I think I like dancing.
You like dancing?
Yeah?
A long history and a great culture.
Nice.
Long history and a great culture.
Very nice. Well, Alex, good luck. Good luck at the Olympics. I know you're you're an alternate. Is that what it is? Or?
Yeah. So I finished fourth in the U.S., so I won't be competing on stage, but unless somebody gets injured or
You
something
never
like
know.
that, you never know. But
Somebody
I'll
goes
be
for
in
that
the
cannonball
building,
head spin and
You see? Stop it.
how ugly could that be? I saw some videos of you doing it and I was like, how many times did you practice that and you just destroyed, concussed yourself?
Oh God.
Actually, never. I mean,
What?
the trick to it, it's an illusion. So the trick is to get really, really low to the ground before you actually drop on your head.
Wow.
But he's doing it on hard wood too,
Oh, man.
That's insane.
But here's the deal,
I've seen
too.
people try it though and hurt themselves.
Yeah.
Of
jokingly,
course.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, I could do your move, and then they hurt themselves.
The next
So
thing you know, they're in a
careful.
brace.
Yeah.
But make sure, everyone listening, make sure you're following the Get Up Crew Instagram, Get Up Crew 969, because Alex is going to stick around and going to show. I mean, Ramiro, I guess we're going to volunteer you. maybe a couple of moves.
The guinea pig.
Yeah, so he's gonna try and teach you a couple of moves, and we're gonna post it on our Instagram. So
just remember, if you laugh, I don't see you doing it. I see me doing it. I'm telling you that in advance right now. Alex, don't break me. All right, Alex. Once again, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have
Good luck
fun
at the
in
Olympics.
Paris.